Okay, so we have Peter Siddle from Montreal Tigers. So Peter, if we can start off by just getting your thoughts on the team's performance, your performance and the outlook for the team after this win.
Yeah, I think it was a good turnaround for us today. We probably started the tournament a little bit slow, sitting at the bottom without a win. So it was nice today to go out and, sort of probably not play our best cricket still yet, but, to perform pretty well off the ball at the back end there to, restrict them and get the result. But, it was a tough wicket today. I think pretty similar to the other ones, but yeah, being a fresh wicket, we didn't know what to expect. So I think the boys batted really well up top and got us into a position that, we could defend at the end of the day.
Okay. Before we start with questions, just state your name, your affiliation, and the country you're from.
Tasneem, Gorilla Cricket from London. First of all, congratulations on some really good wickets, really valuable. What did you guys do in the dressing room to help turn around that energy from the previous games?
I think, we've been up and about. We probably just haven't performed, more to the point. It's just been our execution. I think as a bowling unit especially, we haven't been able to bowl as good as the opposition on the wickets that have been produced. So I think today, getting to watch the opposition bowl on it first, getting to see how they bowled on it, and yeah, their fast bowlers did a great job out in that wicket today. So I think it gave us a good look at what we had to do and a good base that's what we have to go out there and do. So our fast bowling was a lot better today. Spinners have been outstanding for us this whole tournament. So I think to be able to back up Sonny and Sandy together, I think it was close to a complete bowling performance from us.
Hello, congratulations, Peter. I'm Dr. Nan from Match Point. So first of all, brilliant bowling from you, and it reminded me of your early days hitting Goti on the hand and taking the wicket off Sachin.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. So congratulations once again. And where is that Peter Siddle missing, which we were seeing never say no for his skipper? The Aussies were on the go, and Siddle was the die-hard worker, never saying no, never tiring, and like this. And today we saw that effort. But I regret that it's a little bit late. So what are the chances of coming back to the tournament?
Obviously, it's nice to get out there and take a few wickets and just, help the team. At the end of the day, we want to win games. It doesn't matter who gets the wickets or who makes the runs, as long as we're winning matches. And, we'd been inconsistent as individuals in the start of the tournament. We just couldn't produce the right stuff for the team to get close to winning. But I think today we went close to the perfect game, to getting everything right and the way we go about it. So it was nice to get the win. We can still be a bit better. So hopefully over the next few games we can, get closer to that perfect game and, push it into the tournament. It's going to be hard from where we are, the position we're in, but we've given ourselves a chance today, and that's all we can do now. We've got to go out and just win. And I think that's a good stepping stone to, producing some good cricket for the remainder of this tournament.
Yeah, Ravindra, Canada, Sportsnet, being one of the stalwarts in this tournament, and after 4 matches, how you rate the tournament so far?
Yeah, it's been very good. Even though, I'm obviously old in cricket terms, but I haven't played a lot of T20 cricket around the world. This is actually my first tournament outside of Australia. So, obviously I've heard lots of stories. I've played around the world, and it's going well. All the boys are enjoying it. Speaking around the hotel with all the other internationals, they're having fun, and it's great. The conditions are great out here. Toronto's a beautiful city. Not a lot of blokes have been here, so I think the experience, all in all, has been outstanding. And if we can keep producing games sort of close like that, it makes for good cricket. So hopefully, the remainder of the series can be very similar, and I think it's going to come down pretty tight at the back end. So hopefully, we can be there, but still a lot of work to be done. But obviously, congratulations to Canada and everyone involved to putting the tournament together. But hopefully we can finish it as players to make it an outstanding tournament.
Rajan Nair from India. Consistent Peter Siddle back from Test cricket to T20. Pleasant surprise, fantastic bowling. How happy you were to see both these senior colleagues, at the moment, Steve Smith and David Warner playing here. And how's your feeling about it?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see them out there playing cricket. At the end of the day, you want to see the best players around the world playing cricket. No matter what they've done, they've copped their punishment. Those guys aren't going to be able to play for their country, which, as someone that's done it a lot, growing up, that's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was play for Australia. So I know how much they're hurting. Even though they're playing cricket, they're still hurting. So I think, it's great to see him out here playing. It's great to see him do well. Steve's obviously made a few runs. Davey not yet, but you see him buzzing around in the field. He's captaining the team as well. It's just exciting to see him out there. I want to see the best players play. So Obviously, they've copped it on the chin. They've copped their punishment, and yeah, hopefully, I played Davey the other day. Got to come up against Smitty yet, but that'll be a good battle. But yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, no matter if it's Australian, Sri Lankan, West Indian, whatever country, I want to see the best players playing, and so it's nice to see them out here, and hopefully, yeah, they can perform well in the remainder of the games, as long as it's not against us.
Yeah, hi, my name is Mustafa. How does it feel to bowl with Malaysia and tandem, and how is he as a captain?
Yeah, that's amazing. I think, obviously growing up, and I didn't play a lot of cricket against him because I didn't play a lot of short form cricket for Australia, but just watching him over the years and seeing how good he is, to be actually able to witness it, being on the team with him, and even just pick his brain. I think even I might be 33 and getting near the end of my career, but to be able to talk to a player like that, and I'm learning, and I think that's what makes it fun for me. I haven't played a lot of T20 cricket, so to be able to learn new tricks and work with the best. It's Sunny Nareen, obviously a spinner, but being able to play alongside him, I was lucky I played alongside him in Melbourne at the Renegades. Just playing with the best players. It's good fun, and like I said, T20, it's a great format to play. It's exciting, gives you good energy, and no matter what age. And I think, I'm playing with Sandy, who's 17, about to turn 18. I'm playing with Malinga, Afridi's playing at all ages, and I think that's what makes it so exciting, that anyone can play it and still perform at this level.
A quick word about Moses. He's had a couple of valuable knocks before today, and then he top scored today. What's that like, having somebody come out there and be as consistent as he's been for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's been good. That's probably what we've been lacking is, someone to make the big scores, but we've been lucky enough that, Moses, Georgie Worker, Raza at times have been able to stand up and keep us in games. I know they would have liked to have gone on, but personally, one of my good mates, Moses, is to see him go out there and do his stuff. He's an amazing player, not just in this form, but the long form, and to see him going out there at late notice to play, and we haven't seen him bowl much, and he's a very handy bowler, so I think it shows how valuable he is at the shorter format, and especially as a captain. I think he's very smart on the ground, and you can see out there alongside Malinga, he's able to help Malinga at times, and keep it all on track. It's great to see him doing well. I know he wanted to get a few more today, but I think he's heading in the right direction coming to the back end.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hello to everyone, another exciting episode of Match Point by Dr. Adnan, and this is Global T20 day number 7, and we are right after the rest day, and Dr. Dilnishi along with me. Hello Dr. Dilnishi, how are you?
I'm fine, absolutely, but there is super hot right now over here in the stadium. As you can see the pitch behind us, and the great cricket match was today between Montreal Tigers.
And the great atmosphere, and the Montreal Tigers were at the verge of going out of the tournament. So there was a do-die for them. Montreal Tigers have to come back, have to rush back to stay in the tournament, because still there is a chance that if someone defeats that, someone wins some losses and some defeats. So still it is dwindling, and it can be because the Toronto Nationals also lost the game. Also Winnipeg Hawks lost the game. So still fingers are not closed. Everything is open right now, and Montreal Tigers can rush back in the tournament. Only the Cricket West Indies B is the team who is 100% record, who is giving the 100% record. I mean 2 out of 2 games, but today a crunch match for the Montreal Tigers. Montreal Tigers was against the Lala's team, Edmonton Royals. And if today, Dr. Dilnishi, Montreal Tigers would have lost the game, they would have been definitely went out of the tournament.
Dismissed.
But they would have been dismissed. But right now they are back in the tournament, and now with at least with the registering a win, they are now on the points table. We will tell you after some time the points table. But who have joined us right now on the Match Point on EOS, I may remind you about the match fact on the day number 7 after the resumption, after the rest day in the Global T20 first ever league in the Canada. When cricket comes back home, that Montreal Tigers unexpectedly have beaten Shahid Khan Afridi's and lot of Pakistani stars team Edmonton Royals by 16 runs.
But Dr. Adnan, why Shahid Khan Afridi is not working anymore? Today also he made only 1 score and he went out. So why Afridi and Sunil is not working in this league?
Actually, Shahid Khan Afridi, I mean, he was clicking in the Pakistan Super League late in the season. Even you saw that in the limited over format, although that he is the later part of the career. But you are seeing at the Pakistan Super League that only because of his presence, Karachi Kings made finally to that much place. Otherwise, Karachi Kings were never able to make to the last of the playoffs. But Shahid Khan Afridi, obviously towards the decline he is going, but he is performing, you can't say that towards the decline of his career, because he is performing very well. If you have seen the Hampshire, when he was playing last time with the Hampshire in the English county, he was brilliantly doing with the ball and brilliantly doing with the bat, and same was expected. I think with the Lala, expectations are more.
Expectations are more, and I think this atmosphere is not like suits him, because I think England atmosphere suits him more.
Might be, who knows, but it was equal for all of them. You can't blame the atmosphere, and you can't blame the wicket, or you can't blame the weather, because that is all for all the cricketers who are coming and playing in this league, and especially for the fast bowlers who are degenerating quickly, like Peter Siddle, like Mohammad Irfan we were seeing earlier in the day, New Zealanders were doing. So that is all about the stamina and the willpower and to play. So you can't give that blame, but obviously Lala was not up to the mark where he should have been. His team needed. He tried to glance to the third man today also, and he caught out cheaply. And if Lala would have clicked at that time, might be Montreal Tigers would have been in the trouble. And most of all, Edmonton Royals desperately needed the victory to come a par with the Winnipeg Hawks. To come back in the game. Already they registered the win, but to come along with the Winnipeg Hawks and the David Warner team, they needed win today.
Yes.
But they couldn't. Anyhow, the tournament became more interesting at now more even pace, and Montreal Tigers will have to wait who wins and who lost, and might be we may decide on the run rate. But let's go to the match first of all, that what happened. Again, after seeing the pitch, the toss which was won by the Edmonton Royals.
Edmonton Royals goal first.
Yeah, just like the same as like every other team, most of the teams except the only one team, they decided to bowl first and they put Montreal Tigers into the bat. So Montreal Tigers, when put into the bat by themselves, by their captain Letish Malinga, at that time they couldn't work out and they lost the match. But today, when they were put into the bat by the opposition captain, and they worked very well. The formula did well. But just I want to tell you, the start was also not good. When I saw Montreal Tigers, I was never believing that they're gonna win the game and Peter Siddle gonna crack the Edmonton Royals. But Darren Smith caught out cheaply 8. Sunil Narayan, again Dr. Dilnishi asked that why Sunil Narayan was working. Sunil Narayan's magic was
not working. Magic is
even
not working.
His magic is mostly working in the CPL, Caribbean Premier League. Most of the times we were seeing in the Pakistan Super League also, when Lahore Qalandar was out of the game, at that time usually Narayan was working. But that was too late for the Sunil Narayan and also too late for the Lahore Qalandars.
Yeah.
But then Sunil Narayan got out cheaply, and then George Worker. We were expecting some big innings from George Worker, because I was expecting that he will lay the foundation, and later on down when the Zimbabwean players are coming, Sikandar Raza will be coming and Moses Hendricks will be coming, and they will be the foundation would have been laid. But George Worker unexpectedly today got out by the Parnell. Parnell was the pick of the bowlers from the Shahid Khan of the side.
Left-arm pacer.
Yeah, left arm pacer. A very trendy action with the open chest like Shoaib Akhtar, and his favorite stock delivery is one that swings in, and usually they say it a bender. That bender he tried at various batsmen today, and that bender we saw, but that was too late for the Shahid Afridi team. But Parnell was today the pick of the wickets. 3 wickets he took in a spell. So mostly when we saw that the Edmonton Royals, Pakistani pace attack is usually dominating. Either it is Suhail Tanveer, either it is Mohammad Irfan, either it is Hassan from the Kodak Gladiators, or Shahid Khan Afridi himself. But all of them taking
one worked.
Yeah, no, the formula was working. Even I would blame the batsman, the Edmonton batsman, because the formula was working. 129 is a not big total.
Yeah.
On this on this flat batting track, where there was no room for the bowler, I think it was a pretty much good total for the batsman to chase. But
And we were thinking in the beginning that 130 is not a
yeah.
big score to chase.
Yeah, 129 they made the Montreal Tigers, which was not the very big score. And I was telling you that when they were batting, later on, the Parnell was the destructor with the 3 wickets with the Pakistani Pacers, 1-1 each. And later on, the man from them, the big man, Moises Hendricks, who was caught by Agha Salman, and this crucial wicket also took by Parnell. He made the half century and he was the top scorer of this match overall. And Moises Hendricks was the savior. But actually, man of the match was Peter Siddle, because Peter Siddle was the one who turned the game on, because his 50 was not that much enough to stop Edmonton Royals to overcome the short score of Montreal Tigers. And later on, Sikandar Raza, as I told you, the Sialkot-born Pakistani player who is now playing along with the Zimbabwe, and he made the debut against Pakistan at the Zimbabwe Harare club in the 2013. He made the brisk 20 at the end and ultimately reeling on. And then the Najibullah Zardan, the Afghani star, he made the 22, crucial 22, and then the score reached to the 129 for the loss of 6 wickets. Otherwise, they would not have gone beyond 100. At one time, it was looking like this, that the target will be below 100. Anyhow, about the Moises Hendricks, I just want to tell you some of the stuff. Moises Hendricks, yesterday I told you about the special player. He's a Portuguese player and he is born in the same town, this is a fun fact, where Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal was born. And later on, at the tender age of 1, this fellow moved to the Australia. And then in the Australia, he had a huge career, and long time he served the Australian team. He made his debut for them in the ODI test, and later on the other along as the Parnell was performing over there, he was the main man and he was the all-rounder who was playing for the Australia. And when he was playing for the Australia, initially he was picked as a bowler. And later on, while playing the IPL, he played for the Delhi Daredevils, he played for the Kolkata Knight Riders, and then he developed his skills, and later on this fellow improved his batting, and now he's a recognized batsman who was the top batter in this today innings of the Montreal. Similarly, if I go back to the Parnell is a South Africa who was the pick of the wickets. He was also the key man of the South Africa. Ultimately, when the Dale Steiner, when those guys came, his place was not persistent, but for the long years, he served the Springboks. And about the Parnell, I told you about his very good action, and that specifically stock delivery the bender which he throws on. He is also a very important man of IPL. IPL was the one which polished all these players. He was also playing for the Delhi Daredevils. I may tell you, Dr. Dilnishi, in 2011 he was sold in $61,234 US, the most expensive South African in the 2011 for the Delhi Daredevils. But today his magic word was his batsman didn't do much. We will take a short break and we will come back after the break and we will discuss about what Shahid Khan Afridi Edmonton Royals did. So we will take a short break. Don't go away. You are watching Match Point with me, Dr. Dilnishi. I am Dr. Adnan. We will be right back. Welcome back on the Match Point. Dr. Adnan with you, and these footage you are seeing exclusively for the Global T20 Canada. Cricket comes home, the first ever league which has been played in the Canada. Those who have tuned the television sets right now, I may remind you that on the day number 7 after the rest day, when there was only one match at 11 o'clock, 11-4 in this key game, when Montreal Tigers were at the verge of ouster, they beat Edmonton Royals by 16 runs, and still competition is still wide open. And we will see how the games will progress and how we will go to the qualifiers, but the tournament got more interesting now with this win. So as I was telling you before the break, that they made 129 runs at this flat batting pitch. We got only 129 runs to chase and 130 to win was required on this pitch by the Edmonton Royals. And on the very first day of the tournament, we have seen that here the huge total of 227 runs were chased by the Toronto Nationals, Darren Sammy and the Steve Smith, the dejected Australian captain's team. They made this total successfully. And the second day also we saw the 200 plus on this very pitch. But now at the day number 7, at this crucial game, when Edmonton Royals wanted to match the capabilities of Knights and the Hawks, they lost the crucial game and they couldn't make the 130 runs. So what happened? Go to the scorecard. The Luke Ronchi, the star New Zealander and the star batsman of the Islamabad United, he was supposed to bat early with a big innings as he was doing in the PSL, but unfortunately we couldn't see the fireworks from Ronchi. So what happened? Ronchi was the only one who made the score for the Edmonton Royals. The wicketkeeper batsman, the trendy batsman from the New Zealand, he made the brisk 30 on the 19 balls. But that was not enough to meet the pace of Peter Siddle later on, and also to meet the fiery pace of Latish Malanga's team Montreal Tigers. So Luke Ronchi was trapped by the Narain of Khalil on the 30 runs, and then Andre Fletcher, who the other day played very well and he played the match-winning innings. Fletcher from the Peshawar Zalmi, he couldn't do the much effort, and on the 12 balls he made mere 9 runs, which were not enough to support his team. Agha Salman then caught out a brilliant reflex catch by the Siddle, and typical Aussies catch, and the Australian bowling we have seen today from the Peter Siddle got and bowled on 10, and Farhan Beharuddin later on got out on 0, and Shaiman Anwar, the UAE player Shaiman Anwar, who did his debut in 2014-15 season, and his only heroics that came against Scotland. In his career he was a lot of ups and downs, but Shaiman never able to play the big innings, only 150 in his career, and today he was expected to prove once again his presence, that why he should be the pick in most of the drafts of the T20, but unfortunately the fate was the same and Shaiman couldn't do much to help his team. Then the Kevin O'Brien, the Irish came, the giant killers in the 2007, he made 15, and he was adjudged LBW by the Malinga, and he was trapped beautifully by the Sri Lankan pacer, and that was the key. And now I go to the boom boom, and then there was a roar from the crowd, and Shahid Khan Afridi came, and big expectations at the number 6. Lot of people were waiting, and Edmonton Royals were waiting that magic to turn their fate around on the other end, but Lala couldn't do much as his bat is not clicking right now in this very league, Global T20, and Lala got out cheaply after making 1 run on 7 delivery, which is not at all his trademark. So on this flat pitch, Lala glanced towards the third man and he was caught out cheaply. And then the Sohail Tanveer came, the most successful Pakistani player in the CPLs, playing for the leagues. Imad Wasim and Sohail Tanveer, very promising Pakistani players who are very prominent in the Caribbean Premier League, but he couldn't do much in the favor of Edmonton Royals, and he got out cheaply. And later on, Sohail Tanveer also got out cheaply by the Cooper, and Wayne Parnell by the Malinga, and Hassan Khan of Quetta Gladiators. He tried to hit the ball on the long on and long off 2 to 3 times, but I think at that time it was beyond his capabilities. And later on, Mohammad Irfan was the man who was there at the other end, and ultimately they lost. But the one thing which I want to mention is about the man of the match. The brilliant effort from Latish Malanga, Sunil Narayan, Peter Siddle, but the man of the match and man in form, whom we enjoyed the bowling, that was Peter Siddle when we talked to him. Peter Siddle, 3.1 over 0 maiden, 13 runs and 4 wickets, would you believe, at the economy of 4.11 overs. And he was the pick of the Montreal Tigers. And Peter Siddle, if you remember, Peter Siddle was the Australian who came back, who did his debut long back ago for the Australia in the T20s, in the test matches, in the ODIs. But first time when he came in the test match and you will be remembering I reminded Peter Siddle of the very first ball and his introduction into the Test cricket. When he came, his fiery delivery hit the head of the Gautam Gambhir, the super duper opener of the Team India, and it hit Gautam on the head, and his very first wicket, do you remember which it was? Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar was the first scalp taken by the Peter Siddle in his career, and later on, if you remember, he is the only one in the history of cricket who have enjoyed the hat-trick in the Test match on his birthday. This is the ground fact. The Peter Siddle is the only one making the happy birthday most joyous of all the rest of the players, and Peter Siddle was adjudged the man of the match. I always praise for this bowler that he is a dark horse for the Australia. You can say the untiring horse and the man who is never dying hard or always working for his skipper. He is the darling of the Australian skipper who never says no. If you ask him in this heat to work for his skipper, whether it is Aussie or whether it is a global T20 captain or the league captain, he will be always ready to work for his captain. For this willpower, Peter Siddle has been seen in the wickets, on the pitch when you are seeing him around the boundaries and around the ground, wherever you are fielding, you are seeing this phenomena in his body. This is his body language which makes him prominent than the rest of the players. So let's go to the point table, and if we can show the points table. So here comes the point table. So you can see the point table. Winnipeg Hawks, 3 played games and 4 points with 2 wins and 1 losses, and net run rate is 1.31, and they are at the top of the list. Winnipeg Hawks means David Warner's team. So the second is the Cricket West Indies. Already I explained to you the day before that they are the most successful team, 2 out of 2, but because of the net run rate, they are on the second slot. So if you go again on the points table, I may show you 2 played games, 2 wins, 0 losses, 4 points, and they are having the net run rate of 0.86. And then come the Vancouver Knights. Vancouver Knights, you can see down the table, 3 played games, 2 wins, 1 losses, and 4 points they have got with a net run rate of 0.61. And now it is very important. Now at the bottom of the table, you can see 3 teams all with the 2 points each. The first team you can see on the points table, Edmonton Royals, with the 3 games and 2 points each, while Montreal Tigers with the 4 games, 2 points each, and then the Toronto Nationals with the 3 games, and they are also having the 2 points. But at the bottom of the table, they are having minus 1.63 run rate, which they will have to improve later on to proceed further, and they will have to wait for their opponents what they do and what's gonna happen. So something is gonna happen very interesting, and Peter Siddle still is believing the Montreal will come back as a force and will wait for their fortune, that what happens next in the global T20. So it's time to say goodbye, but before going, we will have to tell you for the tomorrow's game. Tomorrow there is no double header again, just like today. There will be only 1 game, and the timings have been changed. It will not be 4 o'clock for the local public around the North America. We are running according to the New York time. So the local match here, it will start at 11 a.m. The toss will be happening, and the match will go until 4 p.m. And tomorrow only 1 match would have been played, and that match would have been between the toppers of the global T20 Canada. I mean Winnipeg Hawks, the number 1 team right now according to the net run rate, and the second number team, the Cricket B West Indies, who came as a dark horse and unexpectedly whitewashed some of the champions, and they were the underdogs of this tournament, but no one was believing that they are having the huge experience of playing the Caribbean Premier League, and they proved why they are best in the business when cricket comes home, especially in this area of the world. So wicket will be the same. What we are seeing, you can see the groundsmen are preparing cricket, and lot of dust today we saw, and just see how they are making it damp and making it cool, and the wicket was behaving not very good. Now lot of patches we have seen, and moreover what another thing we have noticed about the stuff, that the dust was coming too much. Because of the making it less dusty, they are rolling it again and again, and they are pushing the water over there so that to create less problems for the batsman. As you saw that it was batting friendly, and now has been converted to the bowling friendly pitch. But we will see tomorrow what wonder can do the David Warner. Still we are hoping his bat will create some magic, as Steve Smith we have seen on the opening day of the Global T20. So what happens next? Still the fans of David Warner around this world are waiting for his magic. So till tomorrow's game, it's time for me to sign off from here, from my show Match Point. I am Dr. Adnan, and along with my team, Dr. Dilnashin Khan, Amir Ahmed and Zishan Ahmed, time for me to say you goodbye, take care and bye-bye.